Why do seniors often wake up at 3 a.m.? Reasons few people notice. Have you ever experienced this feeling? You go to bed quite early. You sleep for a few hours. But then, right around 3 a.m., you suddenly wake up. No pain, no nightmares. Just wide awake and very difficult to fall back asleep. Many seniors think it's normal to sleep less when you're old. But the reality is, frequently waking up between 2 and 4 a.m. is not a coincidence. Welcome to the Daily Health Channel for Seniors. In today's video, we will explore the 5 most common reasons why seniors often wake up at 3 a.m. and more importantly, how to safely and easily improve this without using strong medication. Read to the end, because it's very possible you're experiencing more than one cause at the same time. Part 1. Biorocarbon disorders with age. First, we need to clarify a very important fact. Your frequent waking at 3 a.m. is not a coincidence, and not simply because of old age causing sleep problems. In every person's body, there exists an extremely sophisticated control system called the biological clock. What is the biological clock control? This clock silently controls almost all aspects of your life, including sleep-awake hours, blood pressure increases or decreases at different times, heart rate, fast or slow, body temperature, and especially the secretion of the sleep hormone, melatonin. When you are young, the biological clock works very accurately, almost perfectly. Sleepiness comes at night, sleeping soundly through the night, waking up feeling refreshed and clear-headed. But what happens as we age? After age 50 to 60, our biological clock begins to go out of sync. Specifically, the pineal gland secretes less melatonin. Deep sleep time decreases significantly. The brain becomes more sensitive to noise, light, thirst, and urination. This makes sleep in older adults easily fragmented, easily waking up in the middle of the night, and difficult to return to deep sleep. Why do you often wake up between 2 to 4 a.m.? This is a crucial point that many people overlook. Between 2 and 4 a.m. is the final stage of a sleep cycle. When sleep is at its lightest point of the night, the brain is almost preparing to wake up. In young people, melatonin is still strong enough. The brain easily shuts down and goes back to sleep. But in older people, melatonin is weaker. The brain is easily awakened completely. Just a very small signal such as the need to urinate, a feeling of dry mouth, thinking aimlessly, or just turning over, and you're wide awake. Why is it so hard to fall back asleep once you're awake? When you open your eyes at 3 a.m., melatonin is no longer strong enough to pull you into deep sleep. The brain begins to shift to a mildly awake state. The more you think, the more awake your brain becomes. And the familiar thing happens. Tossing and turning, looking at the clock, worried, why can't I sleep? The more worried, the more awake. This is a very common cycle in older adults. Consequences if this condition persists. Initially, it's not immediately dangerous. But if it lasts for months or years, the body will be noticeably affected. Daytime fatigue and lethargy, reduced concentration and forgetfulness, irritability, and mood swings. Blood pressure easily rises in the morning. Cardiovascular system has to work harder, especially dangerous for people with high blood pressure, diabetes, cardiovascular disease, memory impairment. How to improve your biorhythmic rhythm? Very simple, but extremely important. The good news is, you can completely reset your biological clock. Let's start with these small things. Sleep and wake up at the same time every day, even on weekends. Don't nap for more than 20 to 30 minutes. Get some early morning sunlight for 10 to 20 minutes. Sunlight helps the brain recognize it's time to wake up. Avoid bright lights and phones after 9 p.m. After just 2 to 3 weeks of consistent practice, many people wake up less often at 3 a.m., fall back to sleep more easily, wake up noticeably feeling lighter. But it doesn't stop there, because disrupted circadian rhythms are only the first cause. Next, we'll talk about a cause many people overlook, but which is why you wake up at exactly 3 a.m. every night. Part 2. The liver is most working between 1 to 3 a.m. Now, we're talking about a very quiet organ, but directly related to why you wake up at exactly 3 a.m. That is the liver. According to the body's biological clock, from 1 to 3 a.m. is the time when the liver works most intensely during the day. At this time, the liver performs important tasks such as detoxification, processing fats, regulating blood sugar, breaking down residual substances in the blood. What happens if the liver is overloaded? In older adults, the liver is often weaker than before, more prone to fat accumulation, more susceptible to the effects of medication, alcohol, and late-night meals. When the liver is overworked at night, the body sends warning signals. The brain is mildly stimulated, and you wake up. Many people share waking up at 3 a.m., feeling hot inside, dry mouth, restless, and uncomfortable. This may be related to the liver working harder at night. Who is more likely to experience this? People who eat late at night, people who eat fatty foods in the evening, people who frequently drink alcohol, people who take medication long-term, people with fatty liver disease or high liver enzymes. Ways to reduce the burden on the liver, very important. Eat dinner before 7 p.m. Reduce fatty and fried foods in the evening. Avoid alcohol before bed. Drink enough water during the day. Avoid overeating. Oh no, just because the liver has less work to do at night, many people sleep through the night again. Part 3 plus Part 4. When blood sugar fluctuates and the brain refuses to sleep. Now, pay close attention to this part, because this is why many people wake up at 3 a.m. and toss and turn until morning. Not because of one reason, but because two things happen at the same time. One in the body, one in the mind. 1. Low blood sugar, a silent warning signal. Around 2 to 4 a.m., your body is in a very special state. No eating or drinking. No exercise. Energy must be drawn from reserves. If the previous dinner, eat too little. Eat insufficient protein. Only porridge, vegetables, and fast-digesting carbohydrates. Or skip dinner. Blood sugar may drop slightly, not drastically, but enough to alert the body. How does the body react then? Immediately, adrenaline is released. Heart rate increases slightly. Blood pressure fluctuates. The brain is awakened, and you wake up suddenly at 3 a.m. The feeling is usually heart beating faster than normal, restlessness, unease, slightly hungry or gnawing hunger, discomfort, very difficult to fall back asleep. Many people misunderstand this point. 2. The brain begins to mistakenly danger signals. When you first wake up, your brain will ask itself, what happened? Why is my heart beating fast? And the brain interprets it itself. This is when subtle anxiety appears. The brain doesn't think, oh, my blood sugar is a little low. Instead, it thinks, something is wrong. What's wrong with my heart? Do I have some kind of illness? And so anxiety is triggered. Important. This anxiety isn't due to a weak mental state. It's because the brain is misinterpreting biological signals. 3. Dangerous effect. The more awake you, the harder it is to fall asleep. From here, a vicious cycle begins. Slightly decreased blood sugar, rapid heartbeat brain becomes alert, anxiety brain becomes even more alert. You lie there, unable to sleep. The more you try to sleep, the more awake you become. Each time you look at the clock, the more anxious you become. And by morning, tired, lethargic, mind not clear. 4. Why do older people experience this more often? In people over 50, poorer ability to regulate blood sugar, lower nighttime energy, reserves, more sensitive brain to small changes, easier to think while awake. Just a small signal is enough to wake the whole body. 5. Very typical signs. You are very likely experiencing this if you often wake up around 3 a.m. Your heart beats slightly fast. Upon waking, you don't feel sleepy again. Even when very tired, there is no obvious pain, but you feel restless. This is a combination of physiological and mental factors. 6. How to break the loop. Very important. The goal is, don't let your body send the wrong signals, and don't let your brain misinterpret them. Stabilize blood sugar. First, ensure a protein-rich and fiber-rich dinner. Don't eat too little. Don't eat sweets in the evening if you often wake up at 3 a.m. Try a small glass of warm milk, or some nuts. 45 to 60 minutes before bedtime. Calm your brain upon waking. If you are already awake, don't look at the clock. Don't think, why am I awake? Breathe slowly and deeply. Remind yourself, my body is adjusting. When your brain feels safe, it will allow you to fall back asleep. Many elderly people have no serious illnesses, but still wake up at 3 a.m. every night, simply because blood sugar fluctuates slightly, and the brain misinterprets that signal. The good news is, this is a problem that can be improved with just small adjustments each day. In the next section, we will talk about another very familiar cause that makes you wake up at night, that almost everyone experiences. Part 5. Waking up to urinate. Small, but not minor. The final cause that many people experience, but often overlook, that is waking up to urinate at night. Why do elderly people often feel the urge to urinate at 3 a.m.? More sensitive bladder kidneys filter water more slowly. Drink more water in the evening. Prostate gland. In men, hormonal changes. In women, just one night waking up to urinate. The brain is already awake, and it's very difficult to fall back asleep. How to limit waking up in the middle of the night. Reduce water intake after 7 p.m. Urinate right before bed. Avoid tea and coffee in the evening. Keep the bedroom warm. The goal is not to wake the brain during the light sleep cycle. If you frequently wake up at 3 a.m., have difficulty falling back asleep, feel tired and sluggish during the day, don't panic, but don't ignore it either, because your body is sending very clear signals. As you can see in the video, it could be a circadian rhythm that's disrupted with age. It could be that the liver is overworking at night. It could be that blood sugar fluctuations are causing the brain to misinterpret signals. This doesn't mean you have a mental disorder. It's just a temporary biological reflex of the brain as the body changes. Or simply waking up to urinate interrupts sleep. These things are not uncommon and can be completely improved with the right adjustments, step by step. Sleep not only makes you healthier, but also helps better memory, more stable mood, less stress on the cardiovascular system each day. This video content is for informational and health education purposes only and does not replace personal medical advice. If you have underlying health conditions or have suffered from insomnia for many months, please talk directly with your doctor for appropriate advice. If you find this video helpful, please share it with family and friends of the same age. And don't forget to subscribe to the Daily Health channel for seniors, so that every day we can proactively protect our health together and live more peacefully in old age. Thank you for watching the video. Wishing you better sleep, better health, a little bit each day.